Hello everybody, this is DeanoGTO, and this is yet another game in the Panther 88, the Tier 8 German premium, or Tier 8 German medium premium tank. That's actually available from the tech tree. So this isn't the Moots, the Panzer 58. The Panzer 58 is actually thinking about it, Panzer 58 is about as relevant as the CDC is these days. In other words, not very relevant at all. It's actually kind of hilarious to think of. Because when the Panzer 58 was first announced, people were all going, it's overpowered, it's overpowered, it's overpowered, because it was as good, if not better, than the Indian Panzer. And if you look at the Panzer 58 now, you're just kind of looking at it and just going, that was an overpowered premium back in the day. That's what an overpowered premium looked like. So it's actually fucking hilarious to like look back at what was considered overpowered in comparison to what it is now. So like if you look at the Object 252, like the only reason why the Object 252 hasn't totally killed the matchmaker is because most of the people who bought it don't seem to be very good in driving it. I'm not gonna lie, like most of the Object 252s I've come across have been extremely easy to kill because they just don't know what the hell they're doing. Honestly, I think people saw that so many people were complaining about being OP, and this was a really dodgy shot, as you just mentioned. Fuck, that was close. I almost just shot my teammate in the side. I very nearly shot my teammate in the side. So I actually didn't realize the guy was rushing towards him as quick until I fired the shot, and I was like, fuck. Right, so oh, there's a T-54 lightweight. This is one issue I have found with this vehicle. 8 degrees of gun depression, not exactly great. This position here, extremely difficult to use in this particular tank. Because you need to stand to the left hand side to avoid being to avoid being spotted by the vehicles on the further north, like the area just below the hill. Like that seems to be a more common place for people to go these days. And yeah, you can see me struggling to get gun depression here. And trying to get the gun depression. And 8 degrees of gun depression is not bad by any means, but it's not 10 degrees. 10 degrees, you can definitely feel the difference. It's actually kind of amazing how much of a difference 10 degrees makes, and I should actually just expand the minimap just a little bit, just to make it a bit more visible. So currently, like, this is actually one of the greatest things about the matchmaker. This is a tier 9 game, but you would barely even notice it was a tier 9 game because the only tier 9s in the game were light tanks and artillery. So the artillery on the enemy team, I actually didn't see how he died, but he died extremely early on. He either killed himself or he died by one of our tanks. So actually, I'll just do this quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he was killed by one of our teammates. He must have been killed by the GW Tiger, if I had to guess. I was thinking like if he killed himself, then we would only have 4 kills. So yeah, he didn't kill himself. Right. So far, I've actually been having a relatively decent time with this thing. This thing, 8 degrees of gun depression is a little annoying and does make positions like this a little annoying to try and use because like a tiny inch too far and you'll go or you make the bushes see through, and that means that you will be spotted if you fire, so which is annoying for obvious reasons. I was tempted to take that shot there, but then I was thinking about not really worth taking it just in case I get spotted. So I do play this game extremely passively to start with, but here is the Tiger 1. I see the Tiger 1, I immediately just start unloading on him. And this is where this thing's rate of fire is really handy. That's a 5.6 second reload in action for you. 5.6 second reload with a 240 alpha gun. This thing is I think this thing is either the highest or one of the highest DPM tier 8 mediums. I think the only one that might be higher is the Object 416, and that was a sexy shot. that was fucking that was pinpoint accurate, perfect shot. And that guy is basically dead. Yeah, thanks to me tracking him, I got a bunch of spotting damage for that too. So at this point, I'm still being relatively cautious because there's no point in me getting too aggressive and getting myself killed. That is honestly my main priority when I'm playing this thing. So I am going to do something a bit ballsy. Well, risky, maybe not ballsy, maybe a bit stupid, but you'll see it when it comes to it. What I'm talking about, and I'll point it out to you. So, oh yeah, here it is here. Thanks to Speak the Devil. So, an Oni using what looks like the 150, and I sit here and aim the second shot to get the second shot off. and I am so goddamn lucky my teammate killed him, because I have a strong feeling I would have taken a 750 alpha damage shot to the face. I only took a 400 damage hit. I didn't take a 750 damage hit, so that was nice, but fuck, that was cutting it close. And you can see how quickly the damage can mount up pretty decently quickly in this thing. Like I've done 1800 damage, and that didn't feel like that much effort. It felt relatively easy to do. So you have to bear in mind, my main goal whenever I'm playing this game typically is to just try and do my own HP and damage. That's typically my goal, and firing on the move seems to be pretty decent too. Although that could have been pretty lucky. I've only played 8 games total in this thing, so I haven't made like a total. I haven't like totally made my opinion on it yet. So far I do like it, but I'm not sure if it's competitive with the other tier 8 mediums yet. I haven't 100% decided. The rate of fire on its own is pretty fucking devastating. I should point that out. Like the rate of fire just devastates everything. But the size and shape, and that was a terrible shot, and it bounced off T43. Um, like you can see how quick this thing fires off its gun. I mean, holy crap! And it'll build up the damage so quickly because it can fire so quickly. And I am pretty much going to ignore this T28 because I am spotting them. I'm getting the spotting damage for everybody else shooting them because everybody else is on the hill and nobody else can spot them themselves. And I see the T54 lightweight and I fire a shot off, and that was so goddamn lucky. I snapshot that shot off, hit him straight in the tracks. I'm going to be able to get a second shot into him. I think I have from T28, but I'm not worried about it because he's showing his ass to my teammates if he's shooting at me, which means he should die relatively quickly, like that. So I wasn't worried about that guy at all. I kind of ignored him completely. I wasn't really fearing taking too much more damage. If he did shoot me one more time, I had a 50-50 chance of surviving it, so I wasn't too worried. So, and here's the last guy here, T50 lightweight, fire on the move yet again, and nail him. So, that was actually a pretty decent game in my opinion. Like, it did show off how weak this thing's armor is, but actually, honestly, looking at this tank, I think it's a good looking tank. For a long time, I did think this tank was kind of ugly, but looking at it now, it actually is a pretty cool looking tank. I do like the Panther. Like the Panther chassis looks good. I hate the small term turret on the tier 7, but this turret here feels a little more beefy, and with the 203 Pen 88 L71, the gun doesn't look ridiculous. So it like my main issue with the tier 7 Panther is the gun is so long it makes the turret look tiny. So it makes the whole tank look out of proportion. But if you have a stock Panther, the stock Panther looks pretty much perfect in terms of proportions. This thing here is pretty much perfect in terms of proportions as well, in my opinion. So like I still think probably the best in terms of proportions is the 105mm gun on the Tiger 2. Tiger 2 is one of the best looking tanks in the game. Like just because like it is pretty much the perfect dimensions in every in every in every aspect. Like it's perfect size hull, perfect size turret, perfect size gun and all, but that's really random shit to be talking about right now. But yeah. Yeah, so far I actually quite like this thing, and this is the first game I'm going to be putting up that I was just kind of playing randomly. I decided to jump into 1 or 2 games just out of the blue. This was, I think, my 7th game. My 8th game was horrific because I just got blown to bits in the first couple minutes because I was being stupid. Honestly, I would say probably mainly my fault because I was being dumb. But providing you play with your head and you don't just YOLO around, like this thing here, like the main thing you need to point out about this vehicle is this is not a YOLOing around like a Muppet vehicle. This is a vehicle you have to actually consciously think about what you're doing. You need to choose your engagements carefully because if you don't choose your engagements carefully, things like an IS-6 will fuck your shit up. So you do need to be careful about like how you engage targets and when you engage targets, or else you will get completely messed up by them. So that's just my general opinion of this thing so far. I've only played 8 games. I should point that out. So I'm gonna by the time I play about 50 games, I will probably try and make a review on it. 50, 60, but bear in mind, like the Lova, I played 1,000 games, nothing before I made a review of it. So this thing here, I'm not going to play 1,000 games in it, but I reckon playing 100 games, 50 to 100 games will probably be enough to give me like a good sense of how the tank plays. But typically, if you're playing 50 games in a tank, 50 games flies past like nothing normal. So, right, so don't expect a review on this thing soon. Expect it in the future, but not like this month or something like that. Well, of course not going to be this month. This month ends pretty much tomorrow. So expect that maybe in like July or something, if I had to guess. So yeah. Okay, so let's go on to the result screens. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I had no expectation at all of that being my ace tanker. That didn't feel like that great of a game, but apparently it was. I mean, I got over 1300 base XP, and I believe I did about 2900 damage total. So it wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but I didn't expect it to be. Oh no, I did 3100 damage, so I must have hit a blind shot. I was assuming it probably would have been that early blind shot versus the Oni. But I had no expectation whatsoever of that being an ace tanker. So that really caught me off guard when I saw the ace tanker badge pop up on that one there. So let's see. So yeah, top of the team in XP, 1,390 XP overall. Tier sevens for the most part actually did pretty well in that game. But I suppose that's a pretty good boot. That like the new matchmaking system, I think helps tanks that are bottom tier more than it helps tanks that are top tier and mid tier. The top tier tanks, there's more pressure on them to do well, if that makes sense. You need to make sure you do your job. You need to make sure you aren't just going to suck out. If you suck out in a top tier tank, you basically sacrificed a massive amount of your team's firepower. There's a lot more pressure as a top tier tank than there was in the past. Like in the past, you could have a game of like 10 top tier tanks and then 2 tier 7s and 2 tier 6s or something like that. Or like you would have like 11 top tier tanks, then two random tier 8s and 2 random tier 7s or something like that there if you were tier 9 tank as an example. There was no pressure at all in that kind of matchmaking. You just did your thing and hope for the best really. But I feel like I just pointed out here. I just looked at the team list again, and the T28 on the enemy team had a really good game. I mean, he has 3,700 damage done, 2 kills, and in the T28, that's pretty fucking impressive. I'm totally honest. Like, I mean, T28 not exactly known for being it's not exactly known for being a good tank. If I'm totally honest. So, it was buffed a couple patches ago, I think, but it's still not exactly known for being a good machine. So, it's interesting. And also, I got 1,500 damage from over 300 meters, 2,600 damage. Assistance. So overall, so far, I'm pretty happy with this tank. I think it does okay, but I am just still going to maintain that I haven't played this tank enough. I don't know if I've just been lucky. Like there is a good chance that you can be lucky for your first like 10, 15 games, and then after that, your games just start sucking. There is a massive chance that is what's happening, but I am going to reserve my opinions on this vehicle for later videos, like my complete opinions on this vehicle. But so far, as of now, I like it. So you'll be able to see if you watch later videos of me in this tank. After this one, you'll be able to see if my opinion evolves in a negative way or a positive way. So I think that'll probably be interesting to see. So yeah, I guess I'm happy enough to have the ace tanker that easily, but. Not exactly a good sign if 1390 XP is an ace tanker. I believe the Liv is ace tanker, for example, is like 1500 XP right now. And the IS6, back when I got that thing's ace tanker, I had a 1600 XP game, and that thing once that was a first class. And same with KV5, like I had a 1600 base XP game that was a first class. So, and there wasn't like, I didn't get the ace tanker in the KV5 till I had nearly an 1800 XP game in it. And that was about a year, maybe 2 ago. The IS6, same story. I didn't get an ace in that thing until I got like, I think it was like a very nearly 1700 base XP game where I did nearly 5,000 damage or some shit like that there. It was like ridiculously good game. That one there didn't feel like it really used the tank to its full potential, but I guess that just means I have room to improve, just room to like do better in the tank as time goes on. So I've just realized I rambled for 4 minutes. So I'm gonna stop this here. So just let me know what do you think of this tank? Do you fear this tank in any shape or form, or do you think it's just kind of like, it's a Panther idiot, I'm just going to shoot it, farm some damage, and it'll be dead? Because honestly, that's how I looked at this thing for a long time, but now I'm starting to think, maybe it's actually got some potential. So, yeah. So, thanks for watching, I will see you in the next one.